Congrats on the win. I would say your best performance yet, but I'm sure there's more to come. How happy are you with this one tonight?
Yeah, I'm happy I got to perform again this time. Finally able to showcase some of my skills out there in the octagon. And I'm feeling a lot more comfortable each time I come here and step in. So yeah, we're taking care of a lot of things outside of the octagon as well, which is having a big impact when I step in there. So as long as we're keeping in this direction, I think we're getting some good momentum going forward.
If you could disclose, what are those things, like family, personal life, that's being able to help you perform inside the cage? What is that?
It's more the smaller things, things like nutrition and rehydration, things like with a weight cut, and also just kind of dialing in and being around, just elite people 24/7, so leaving no room for failure, basically. I'm getting pushed every day, learning every day, and I'm lucky that I can actually take information in quite fast and dissect it, and yeah, I get to showcase a little bit of it tonight.
Is this why we saw you not only you started with a good pace, kept the strong pace, and started to build? It actually seems like you got stronger, even though it ended, of course, before that third round. We saw you keep building. Is this kind of like part of what we're putting together now?
Yeah, exactly. If you would watch maybe some of my earlier fights as a professional, you'll see that I'm very creative and I'm quite free-flowing in there. But now I'm applying a lot more, you could say, like game plan things, so a lot more stricter. So sometimes I will get carried away with just going off on a kind of this free one, but now I'm dialing in and knowing when to turn it on and when to bring it back in and, okay, I need to lock in and stick to the game plan. And then things start to open up. Like you said, I can build on them now. So when they start to open up, I start to open up.
And that's amazing to just, process, and for you to disclose, thank you, that, 10 in 1 year career, and a lot of it has just been maybe just your amazing talents and physical abilities, because you got guys back in the day like Roy Jones Jr. And now an Israel Adesanya who can just on the fly make adjustments, kind of make things happen. But you think, okay, well, how long will that last before someone figures that out, that you don't have a game plan, and then then it backfires and betrays you?
This is it.
So now we're doing the game planning. Was part of the game plan really to just trap him in that corner? Because I saw you grab your guy. You just literally stopped him and just started throwing those at short elbows. That was really brutal. That was devastating.
Yeah, it's more make him feel like you're right next to him, even though you're half a mile down the road, So even though I'm not in his range, it feels to him like I'm constantly in his face. He's quite an aggressive fighter. He's a forward-pressing fighter. So we thought if we switch it against him, we find some holes in his game, and that's exactly what happened tonight.
You were able to showcase a little bit of everything, but what I think was the most impressive was the composure, your patience. And when you saw that opening to take the back, get the mount, and just make the referee stop this, that was a lot of maturity. How happy were you? And how did you see that finish, by the way, to be able to take that attack?
Yeah, after the flying knee, we kind of ended up in the clinch against the fence. And we've been back in Renegade, where I've done second half of my camp, then the first half in Thailand at Tiger Muay Thai. So I want to say a big respect and thank you to the guys out there. But then my second half at Renegade, on a Monday we do wrestling, and we've been working on that kind of pressure from the cage and the takedown. And then just before leading before I left, we was doing that exact drill with Tom Breeze and Leon, where they turn their back from the ground and pound, and you just hooks in and flatten them and go in. So yeah, like I said, it's just being very specific now with things leading up to fights, and as well as adding my creativity on top of it.
That was great, because I think, we were thinking on the edge of our seat, like, oh, he's going to go for the rear naked choke. It's right there. But no. Like, no, I want to get these punches in.
Exactly.
You got 8 finishes out of 10 wins. That's fantastic. How do not people want to see that more? But where do you want to go in 2024? How soon do we get back in the cage, and against who?
I like to stay active. This is I'm still within my first year in the UFC. Well, it comes to an end of March, but this is my 4th fight within that year. So I like to stay active, and I feel like I'm learning a lot in that space of time. The quicker I get in, then the quicker I can kind of keep elevating in the UFC. But opponent-wise, I'm happy with whoever, as long as it makes sense that I'm going up. I've never said no to a fight in my whole career. And I trust the UFC will push me in the right direction to bring me up in good time.
Is this kind of like maybe a May return, June, summer? What are we talking? Arena maybe, or do you want to come back to that?
Arena, 100% now. I had my debut in London, and the energy from the crowd was there's nothing to compare it to, you know, feeding off the fans and the supporters, nothing like it. I've been here now, it's my third fight at the Apex, and it's a great place, great to experience Vegas as well. But the only thing missing for me is that sound from the crowd. There's nothing that matters. I'm sure that even you watching in the crowd, being in the crowd amongst it gives you that extra energy as well. So yeah, and I heard that the UFC is coming to the UK, so that sounds like a perfect matchup for me.
Oh, that'd be great. What do you guys you're in the team, families in Vegas. Do you celebrate at all? What do you do this weekend? You still got time to do something because you got that finish. Let's go.
Yeah, it's early. It's still daylight outside. We actually finished early today. Let's start early. Yeah, I've got my team here. I've got a few of my friends out here in Vegas as well. So we'll link up, grab some food, and then we'll see where the night heads.
Excellent. Congratulations on the win. Well done, sir.
Much appreciated.